I consume that. And last night I was telling you, we have to accept that with prasada buddhi. Means after I have yajna, puja, satsang, this, that, there's prasada at the end. And we accept that thing gracefully. So that grace should be there. Graceful acceptance of the results. This is called prasada buddhi. This is an important thing, important aspect of karma yoga. Otherwise, what happens to us, we have so much of insistence on a particular result, so much of insistence on a particular result. When the result doesn't come, well, then I start abusing everybody, including Bhagwan. I am really tired of hearing this thing from place to place. People tell me very openly, I really vex with Bhagwan. Are, look, you just tell me something. If you vex with Bhagwan, Bhagwan lose something or you lose something? You think, na? You vex with Bhagwan, Bhagwan lose anything or what? And the only reason why such things arise in people's mind is because that person was really insistent on a certain result or outcome or the nature of things. They wanted these things to be in a certain way, and it didn't happen in that way. Second thing is, I am not in control of this universe. This universe is controlled by Bhagwan. So if Bhagwan has made a change in the universe, then I cannot control my own life. I will control this universe. So it is the Lord who is in control of the universe. He is the one who manifested this universe. I don't know how suddenly he made a change in his universe and then you vex with him. That you have to think. This is his universe. Mama maya duratyaya. He tells, my maya. Very difficult to cross over. So like that now, the Lord has made the universe and He's made it in this way, and everything is sacrificing for everything else. I also now have to sacrifice, and whatever comes as a result of my sacrifice, graceful acceptance. Prasada buddhi. Bhagavan wanted it to be like that. This is the best phrase actually for people who are practicing this. What? The Lord wanted it to be like that. One day, just here at the ashram, somebody, no, not at the ashram. I was still living in California. So, a car pulled up and dropped out a fellow. He had come to see me. So I said, hey, usually you drive and come. What happened? Today somebody dropped you? No, Swamiji. Somebody stole my car. But he was very cool and calm and everything. Somebody stole my car. I said, oh. He said, yes, Swamiji, what to do? Bhagwan gave it, and Bhagwan took it. Very cool and calm and collected. Not vexed with Bhagwan and everything. But incidentally, the next day I went to another man's house, and he was crying long crocodile tears. What happened, boy? Somebody stole my car. So he crying long tears. It means to say that when that thing gone, he did not accept. Bhagwan gave it, and Bhagwan took it. That acceptance was not there. But that is the result of a karma. All of it is the result of a karma. And so graceful acceptance. That doesn't mean to say that you don't do something after that. You live in civil society. First is graceful acceptance, but you live in civil society. Civil society requires that you go and you make a report to the police, you give them all the information, you give description of the burglars or whoever, the bandits and all, and let the police do their job. Of course, they do no job, but you still have, you do your job. You do your job. Last time I told you, na? Karmani eva adhikaraha te ma phalechu kadachana ma karma phala hetur guhu. And that last phrase, mate sangostu akarmani. Don't sit there and do nothing. You have to do something. That is the idea. Don't give over to actionlessness. You sit and do nothing, mouth open. Long ago, they used to say, if you sit down with your mouth open, you'll catch flies. They used to say like that. Now, where you sit down there with your mouth open, you're catching fly or what? We have, I tell you, the best phrases in Trinidad. You know, I went all over this world, lived in this place, lived in that place, and I can't forget all these Trini phrases. I took them with me also, and I used to always think in Banaras. Imagine I did Ganga Par, and I thinking, you can't sit down here with your mouth open. Anyway, so the graceful acceptance of the result of karma. This is one of the basic and fundamental principles that has to be included in our life to be a good practitioner of karma yoga. Then, Bhagavan is saying, if the person who does this, muchyante sarvakil vishaihi, this fellow will become freed from so many papas. Pap, I used that word last night, I'm telling you, use that word only. Forget about the English word. Pap. And the one who doesn't do, then, see, this next line is very strong. The one who doesn't sacrifice. This is all Bhagavan's word. The one who doesn't sacrifice. Because if you live in a chain of sacrifice, but you are the odd one out, means what you are doing. That's why we say in our Chinmaya Mission pledge, you'll see, we produce more than what we consume and we give more than what we take. Today only in Varsha Pratipada we had said together, all of us, this pledge. So, if I am the odd one out in this chain, he says, bhunjate te tvagam papaha ye pachanti atma karanat. Those people who live selfishly only for themselves, he said he is only eating pap. Eating pap after pap after pap. These lines actually are scary if you really understand directly in the Sanskrit. Scary lines. Then, the other being insistent on a certain result is what is the next point we have to see now. This is 319. 319. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Tasmada Sakta Satatam Karyam Karma Samachara.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Asato yacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Tasmat asakta satatam karyam karma samachara means to say, I have to do whatever my duty now. See, all of us, before I continue, let me just tell one more thing. Karma yoga does not require anybody to change what they are doing. There is no change in what I am doing. It is a change in how I am doing what I am doing. That is all. You do whatever you are doing, whatever work you are doing, it is just how we do it. So, we do it with the right attitude. If you want to get the whole thing in summary, doing it with the right attitude. So now, one other element of this attitude, what is that? Asakta satatam karyam karma samachara. Means I do it without attachment. Without attachment means not that I do it and don't think about a result. And any action that we do, yet karma karoti, tattat kamasya cheshtitam. Whatever action a person does, he does that with some goal in mind. Otherwise, if you don't have a goal in mind, nobody will do any action. The action has a goal. So Gurudev used to say a very nice phrase, actually, if you just study the phrase a little bit. He used to say, plan out the work and then work out the plan. So now, what it means, right? Or one of the meaning of that thing is this thing. I plan out the work. Okay, I have to do A, B, C, D, E. And then I will get the result F. Right? A, B, C, D, E. These things I have to do in this order, and the result F I will get. Right? So that's the plan. Planning out the work. But now, when I start working out the plan, my attention should be on the work, not on the F down the road there, the result. But what happens to us is, our mind is so taken up with that result down there, that our work gets compromised. And all sorts of wrong things and bad things and so many things come in the work. Because the mind is only settled on the result. But that result should be thought about when I was planning out the work, and after that I forget about the result. I concentrate on the work. And now in this work, I'm doing it for the benefit of Bhagwan. I'm doing it for the benefit of the world. I'm doing it for the benefit of the others, humanity and all of that. If this right attitude is there in the work, lot of things change. So many things will change. It is because I don't have the right attitude. I'm doing it for me. That is the wrong attitude. That is selfish attitude. I'm doing it for me and me alone, and I don't care about others. Because of this wrong attitude, all the corruption and all the kickbacks and all the wrong things and the stealing and the pilfering and all the other things which people do in this whole universe, all that comes because I'm doing it for me. You ever see that this fellow engages in corruption and he takes kickback and take 10% and that much and he's taking all that for his neighbor? That doesn't happen. All of these corruption which goes on in the world and all the adharma which goes on in the world is because of the wrong attitude in action. I am doing it for me. So Bhagwan is telling, my dear, the right attitude now, you detach yourself from that result. That came in the planning stage. That result was there in the planning stage. Now you concentrate on the work. And because people don't concentrate on the work gets compromised and the result doesn't come. Because if A, B, C, D, E is required for the result, and you did not concentrate properly and do it properly, how the result will come? Or a compromised result also comes. A lesser result comes. And then that also makes me discontented. Oh, I wanted this. I think Bhagavan spited me, And that one did it, and the other one did it, and they got, and I did not get. Maybe the Lord spited me. Or who caused me not to get it? Now he starts looking for a scapegoat. This is the fellow who caused me not to get it. And now this fellow is in trouble because I'm thinking he's the one who caused me not to get the result. So all sorts of things happen. Tasmat asakta satadam karyam karma samachara. All the time detach yourself from the result. Means plan it out, but detach from the result and go on doing the work properly. Asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purusha. And the person who does like this, he says, eventually that person will reach the supreme Paramatma. Paramapnoti purusha. Such a man reaches the supreme. Now, if you want to get all of these teachings of Karma Yoga in one place, you have to jump to verse number 10, 11 and 12 of the 5th chapter. Bhagavan summarizes the whole thing so nicely in this place. We'll chant those 3 verses together. This is chapter 5. I told you now, from chapter 1 to 6, the main theme is Karma Yoga. See chapter 5 now. You should try to memorize these 3 verses or keep them with you to reflect on all Karma Yoga, those who want to really know what Karma Yoga is. 5, 10, 11, 12. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyakva karoti yaha.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Lipyatena sapapena padma patramivambasa.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Kayena manasa buddhya kevalayindriyarapi.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Yogena karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva shuddhaye.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Yukta karma phalam tyaktva tante mapnoti neshtiti.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Ayukta kamakarena phale sakto nibadhyate.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. Yaha, he who karoti, does his karma, giving up this attachment and insistent on a particular result, knowing that that result belongs, and that whether the result will come or not depends on Bhagwan only. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam chitta shodakam mukti sadhakam. I do it for Bhagwan and leave it. Because kartuhu agnyaya prapyate phalam. By his, he only ordains what result will come and what will not come. So leave it to him like that. So he who does his action like that, brahmanyataya karmani, and surrendering that to Bhagwan, to the Lord, here Brahmani, to the Supreme Paramatma. So surrendering that to the Supreme Paramatma, Bhagwan says here, lipyate nasapapena padma patramivambasa. Even though such a person lives in this world and is doing action like everybody else, he becomes like when you drop water on well, in Trinidad, dashin bush, right? When you drop water on dashin bush, what happens? No trace that water even passed there, correct? In the very same way, the person who can work like this in this world, no karma will ever smear or blemish his personality. No karma will bind him, in other words. He will do the karma and things will proceed just like everybody else. But everybody else will get bound by that karma, and that karma doesn't touch him in the least. Like that water can never touch that leaf. This example he gives. So karma, the bondage of karma will never touch him, just like how water can never touch that leaf. But how? If one has to do it in dedication to Paramatma, Brahmani athaya karmani. Then, kayena manasa buddhya kevalayirindriyarapi yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. Now this is a very important thing. The yogi, the proper karma yogi, the one who practices his karma yoga, he does with his body, mind and intellect and all the senses, he does his karma. Sangam tyaktva, giving up this attachment to that result, saying that result depends on Bhagwan. If he wants me to get it, I will get it. I'm going to do the action. Let the result be. And we all work the opposite in this world. It's amazing. If I study well and I do my what I'm supposed to do, I do my duty as a student, and I really go through that syllabus and study all of those things properly, and I go and write that exam, I will do it with a lot of confidence and a lot of peace of mind also. But when I don't study and in the last moment I cram, and then this is what people do. They cram, and then they go there, and then when the exam comes out, now they are sweating. I wonder if I should go for that result at all, They're scared to go and get the result. That is when the action was not done properly, you see. Yeah, if the action is done properly, there will be nothing. So do the action well and detach from that result. Let the result be what it may. Such a person, he says, he gets purity of mind. That person becomes fit for mukti. Yukta karma phalam tyaktva shanti mapnoti naishtikim. He gains nishtha in shanti. He gets established in peace. The one who is able to work like this, eventually he'll get established in peace. And in the same verse, ayukta kamakarena phale sakto nibadhyate. The one who does the opposite and works only thinking about himself and works only for that result and couldn't care less about anybody else. Such a person, phale sakto nibadhyate, the karma and karma phala will bind him to this world. Now I'll tell you one more thing before I continue. Nowadays, all modern teachings, they are going totally antithetical to Bhagavad Gita. All modern teaching. That is why I keep telling, see, in the way down in the 16th chapter, Bhagavan tells a very nice thing, He says, Tasmat shastram pramanam te karya vyavasthitau. Shastra should be our guide in determining what ought to be done and what ought not to be done. What should be the guide? Shastra. Yashastra vidimurtsrijya vartate kamakarataha. He who cast out the Shastras, and he is conducting his life, well, today not by Shastras, but by Google maybe. Yashastra vidimurtsrijya vartate kamakarataha. Nasa siddhim avapnoti. Na sukham, na param gatim. That person will not achieve the supreme goal. Acha, take and leave supreme goal and mukti and all. He will not achieve happiness in this world. And he will not achieve any success in this world also. And this is where the civilization is going now. The civilization is teaching things which are the opposite to what Bhagavad Gita is teaching. So I'll tell you, like for example now, we are saying, Hare bhai, you plan out the work, A, B, C, D, E, and then the result will be F, like that, right? Plan out the work like this. Now you put your mind on the execution of the work. That is where your concentration should be. And let the result be as it may. Because kartu ajnaya prapyate phalam, the result is only determined by Paramatma. If he wants you to get it, you will get it. If he doesn't want you to get it, you will not get it. Tulsidaji tells like that. Hoi hi soi jo Ram rachi rakha, o kari tark badhave sakha.
Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Hoi hi soi jo Ram rachi rakha. Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai. There's another Tulsidas ji also is telling in Ramcharitmanas. Arey bhai, you do your work and only that will happen which is determined by Bhagwan Ram. Let him decide. So keep the mind here. Only what Bhagwan decides will happen. You jump high or jump low because he is the master of this world, not us. So concentrate on these steps and do the work properly. When we concentrate on these steps and we do the work properly, then we will make ourselves fit for that higher reality. We will make ourselves fit for mukti. We will make ourselves fit for Paramatma. So the steps are there and we have to do them like that. Now this is being guided by Shastras. This is being told by Shastras. So what is going on in the world today is now something else. And the Shastra, Bhagavad Gita itself is telling, Shastra should be my guide. So I'll tell you what we are doing today. They're telling like this now. No. Now I'm hearing some, in modern times, I'm hearing some new, nice modern words and all. You have to learn to manifest. No, see, people, everybody know what I'm talking about now. You have to learn to. Now, what you're manifesting? Karma phala, the result. You're only concentrating on the manifestation is what? Anybody is trying to manifest A, B, C, D, E? No. Trying to manifest the result. So the world has become 100% result oriented only. And if that result is not going to come from these type of actions, relinquish these actions. So all we think about is the result. And the result must be a profitable result. Now, these two words, result and profit, humanity is being washed down the drain because of these two words. Result and profit. You see the analysis which is coming out of the world order, capitalist world order today. The capitalist world order today doesn't care about human beings, doesn't care about sustainability, doesn't care about prosperity, doesn't care about anything, only cares about profit. That is the bottom line. And profit and phala, result, is one and same. If I have to cause pestilence, I have to cause poverty and starvation in some part of the world, as long as the dividends rise, let it be whatever is happening in that part of the world. And people mining and dying and all sorts of things in the other part of the world, but my dividends are going. So what is the bottom line? The result, the profit. And this is not Shastra. And this is what is killing the world. So, the modern civilization is teaching one thing to the world, and Shastra is teaching something. Yeah. And let me tell you one more thing. The proof of this is in this, The things that have really touched humanity, the things that have persisted over the centuries and that move humanity even today, like the great paintings of the great artists and all, Picasso and the great music of Beethoven and all these things, right? These people did none of these things thinking about profit and the end result. They concentrated on the work, and those are the things that persist and get perpetuated by civilization. And the things where we only think about result, and profit, that civilization is going down. It is burying itself deeper and deeper into a grave. And that is actually what is going on in the world today. Another way to see this, I'll tell you. How all of this is tied up in this teaching of the Lord. I'll tell you. Do a little bit of analysis. The scriptures tell, the Karika of Gaudapada and all tell, that we have to move, because we generally, human beings, we are all very tamasic, lazy, lethargic, this, that. If your mother doesn't wake you up in the morning, get up, boy. Every morning, same story. Get up, boy. Get up, girl. One mother waking up that boy. Wake up, boy. You have to go to school. No, I don't want to go to school. Why you don't want to go to school? That school, nobody talks to me. But there's no reason why you should not go to school. Nobody likes me. No, but I like you now. When you come back here, you'll be fine. Nobody doesn't talk to me. Nobody talks to me. Nobody likes me. When I go there, it is boring because I am alone. She said, all of that is true, but you have to go. You are the principal. Principal also, nobody talks to him. So anyway, the mother has to, all of us are born tamasika, born in tamas. Please remember this. Tamas and ignorance, they are one and same. So when a child is born, he knows anything. He doesn't know it is his parents also. Later on, 20 years, he then says, we adopt you. He doesn't know. We adopted you. Your breaky heart. You adopted. So anyway, we are born in ignorance like that. And if somebody doesn't push us, do this, do that chore. And today, that is getting worse and worse. The parents also not giving any chores to the children, which is very bad. Very, very bad thing. That is poor parenting. Poor parenting. So, in other words, what you are doing is you are actually perpetuating the tamas. But now, the Gaudapada Karika tells that I have to move my life from that level of tamas and wake up to a rajas, activity. From laziness and lethargy and sleep and slumber and, that kind of thing. Wake up to activity, to move to rajas. These are the stages. And then, from rajas, I have to now see how I'm going to take my flight into sattva. So the Karika gives like this. And methods and different things like that, right? And of course, satsang and so many things. Right. Today, again, the philosophy of modern capitalist societies and civilization is teaching the other way. So what we are saying, from tamas to rajas, from rajas to sattva. So now what they are teaching, I'll tell you. See how the world is going. We use whatever little sattva I have to think, figure out, decipher, plan, calculate, invest, and make money such that I will have now nothing to do. So I go on to tamas now. What you'll do? Catch fly. So the whole philosophy of the whole world is telling you how to invest properly so that you can retire at 25. Correct? So after you retire at 25, what you do now? Catch fly, yeah. So, Shastra is teaching one thing, and modern capitalist, materialistic, worldly society is teaching something. Everybody want to do that. I use this sattva to figure out, because only by sattva you can figure out that. I use sattva to figure out how I will have nothing to do. So they're teaching now to go from sattva to tamas. This is the modern civilization. So now, here, in this karma yoga, Bhagavan is telling, you follow Shastra. There's steps A, B, C, D, E. You concentrate on the steps. Forget about the result. Let the result be. And I tell you one more thing, the person who, in Hindi there's a kahavat. Bina mange moti mile. Mange mile na bhik. Without desiring that end, that fellow got pearls and gem moti. Without desiring. And the fellow who desiring all the time. For that goal, that end, that phala, that result. Mange mile na bhik. He cannot even get bhik. He got to beg also somebody, get lost. He said, what you come here for? You come to show me your face soon morning. They'll tell insult him and so without desiring, the fellow got gems. And the one who desires gets not even bhik. How this tradition teaches all of these sort of things like this, So concentrate on doing the work. And the one who is detached from that result and does his work, he gets the highest reward. Bhagavan says here, Shantim apnoti naishtikim. Established in Shanti, peace. That is what everybody wants in any case. And then the one who doesn't do that in the same verse in number 12, Nibadhyate, the one who works with that agra, insistence on that result and all, Nibadhyate, becomes bound to the sansara. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Now, the last part of karma yoga. I have to tell you that now. So now, in doing karma, there are 3 stages. So one stage is what we are all doing right now. What? I am doing selfish karma. I am doing for who? Me. All humanity work like that only. We only work for ourselves. Selfish karma. That's the first stage, right? So what karma yoga is telling? No. You give up the selfishness and you dedicate your work to the welfare and benefit of humanity and others. You just have to say, whatever I am going to do today, I am going to do that is for the benefit of humanity. My family and children and everybody included in that humanity. I'm doing it for the Lord, if you want to say like that also. But whatever it is, that is now called selfless work. So from selfish to selfless. But in this selfless work, there is still the feeling that I am doing, but I am doing for Bhagwan. So there is still the I am doing. That is called in Sanskrit language as kartritva bhav. Kartritva bhav means I am the doer. So that's the second stage. Kartritva bhav is still there. I am doing, but yes, I am doing for Paramatma. I am doing for Bhagavan. The last stage of karma yoga really is where I give up this kartritva bhav also. I am not doing at all. Bhagavan is doing through me. Now see, these are all stages that we have to strive for and work for as we go along. I am not doing at all, the Lord is working. Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, Are bhaiya, maya vaite nihita purvameva. I have already removed these Kauravas and all. You, nimitta matram bhava. Oh Savyasachin, you just become the instrument. I am the one who is doing everything and I have already done it also. Why are you taking up this thing in your mind so much? You are doing. He is doing. Just become a fit instrument in his hand. Now you should see number 327. See the most famous verse. 327. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Prakate Kriyamanani, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna, Gunai Karmani Sarvashah,
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Ahankar Vimudhatma,
Jai
Jai
Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Kartaram Iti Manyate,
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
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 Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Now look here, when you're walking up a step, right? So this foot is going to the higher rung. This foot is going now to the higher rung because you're walking up that step. Do you lift the other foot before this foot reaches there? One fellow went to buy a parrot. He saw an expensive parrot. That parrot sitting on a perch there in the pet store, and he saw a big $5,000 US. So he went to inquire why the parrot so expensive. So the man said, "Look there, I'll show you why it's so expensive. You see, there's a string tied to its right leg. You pull that string." So the man pulled the string. The parrot started chanting Gita. And then he sees a string tied to his left leg. Pull that string. He pulled it. The parrot started chanting Ramayana. So the man came up with the idea now. What about if I pull the two string? Yeah, the parrot, "No, you fool, I go fall over." So not only could chant Ramayana and Gita, but he could also tell you fool also. But anyway, you can't pull the two strings at the same time. So unless this one foot is planted on the upper rung of the stairway, you cannot lift the other foot. In the very same way, to plant myself in the second, so if I move from the first stage of karma yoga where I'm doing selfish work, and I plant myself in the second stage where I'm doing selfless work, dedicated work, work for the benefit of humanity, for the benefit of the world, and I'm not planted myself there, then forget the third stage about seeing yourself as an instrument in the hands of Bhagwan. I am not that is the same thing like you have not gone to high school but you want to get enrollment in UV. What enrollment you will get? What you will study in UV? So, we have to first get established in this selfless work. Kartritva bhav, doership is still there, but I'm doing it for a higher purpose. I'm doing it for the welfare of others. And when that is achieved, now I will be able to now work on this third step. And Bhagwan is telling now, this is a very subtle thing. He starts here in third chapter. This thing will come way in the 14th chapter. He says, Prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. The Prakriti is doing all the karma. Whose Prakriti? In the fourth chapter is Mama Maya, my Prakriti. Maya and Prakriti is one and same. My Prakriti is doing all the actions. How you took ownership of it. My Prakriti is doing everything in this world. In other words, the other way to think about that, suppose you were not there in the world. All the things that you think you have done in this world, right? You think that you have done this, you have done this, you have done that, you have done so many things you have done. If you were not there in the world, you think those things would not have been done? Are Bhagwan would have gotten it done. Rest assured. Better also, correct. So, Bhagwan says, my Prakriti, Prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashadi. Three gunas of Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. These three gunas are like the three arms of Bhagwan doing everything in this world. And the next line is very, very powerful. And this line is quoted by great, great sages all the time. Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. It is great ahankara and great ego to think, Hare, I am doing. I did. Had it not been for me, this thing would never have happened. And if I were not there, you dead. Many people think like that. If I were not there, you dead. If you were not there, I would have lived better. You have to think like that only. So now here are the rudiments of this thing of going to the third stage and really giving up, what is Sanskrit term? Kartritva bhav. The feeling of doership, that I am a doer, that I am a controller in this world. I am doing anything in this world. Really, this world is going on by dint of Bhagwan only and not by any of our personal effort. Now, that doesn't mean to say, some people in satsang, they hear all sorts of things and they go home and they think the opposite also. That Swamiji said, in any case, I am not really doing anything. So he goes home, open his mouth. Goes home, not opens his mouth, and he catching fly again. What is he doing at home? And then the wife asks, what happened? No, that Swamiji said, Bhagwan is doing everything. Let him do. Let Bhagwan do it. He doing everything. Why I will do anything, Are bhaiya, we are saying that you become an instrument in the hand of Bhagwan. Let him do through you. No, not that you just sit down there and say, no, but Bhagwan doing already. Why I'll trouble him? He doing nicely also. Let him do. Hmm? So Bhagwan is teaching this to Arjuna directly. Huh? What is that? Nimitta matram bhava. You become an instrument in my hands. Oh, Savyasachin. So, the rudiments are planted here. I'm telling this will end. I don't know if we'll have time to see. We're in the 14th chapter. But the end of Karma Yoga ends with this thing. What is it? I give up Kartritva Bhav also. I am a non-doer. Bhagwan is the one who is doing. Tattvavittu mahabaho gunakarma vibhagayoho guna guneshu vartante. These are all very famous verses. Now, this thing becomes very subtle. Now, should I go with you a little bit deeper in this thing? Look, All right. I'm going to tell, right? If you get confused, don't worry. If you get confused and all, don't worry. I told you now, if you don't get it, you not going anywhere. Gita not going anywhere. Bhagwan not going anywhere. Everything staying right here. Now I'll tell you. So, let us say, I want to eat peas for Christmas. Well, I think now is the time to plant. When you plant? June. All right. So if I want to eat peas for Christmas, so when June comes, I'm going to plant peas. Now I'm just giving the science of this whole thing. What will make me plant peas in June is a desire which rose in my mind now. The desire rose, and what was the desire? The desire to eat peas. Okay? That desire, which rose in the heart, kicked the body and all the rest of the faculties into action. Now the intellect starts thinking, aha, when we are going to Tapovan ashram, there is a peace tree on the side of the road. Right. So the chitta comes, because that's memory. The chitta comes. And now the intellect says, next time I'm passing there, it have dry peas on the tree. I will. Many times also, without due consideration, because that piece belongs to somebody else. But anyway, the intellect starts planning. And it puts what we call a ledger on the chitta. So that the next time when I'm going there, I remember this. Such and such has to be done. I have to pluck the peas from there. Right. Now I'm planning. I'm waiting for June. I take up the calendar, McDonald calendar and whatever, and I see when is the when is the proper date and all. Now see how many things going on, right? What Bhagwan is saying, you would not have been able to decipher that, because this is very subtle things happening in the mind. But it says, guna guneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. This line is a very, very powerful line. For the desire to rise in the heart, because remember that is the thing which kicked everything into action. So the desire to eat peas rose in the heart. That is what kicked everything. For that desire to rise in the heart, Rajas had to have had some influence there. Rajas caused that desire to act, to arise. Rajo guna samudbhavaha. Kama eshaha, krodha eshaha, rajo guna samudbhavaha. That kama comes from Rajas. This is at the end of the 3rd chapter. So, the Rajas pushed up a desire in the mind, and that mind was now kicked into action all the faculties inside the antakarana was kicked into action. The planning, the memory, and where each piece is, and that, and then checking the calendar, and all the things that went into place. And all of them also, one by one, were put into action by a guna. And the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, which is now guiding that whole thing, those three gunas belong to Bhagwan Maya. So Bhagwan is saying, if you start thinking like this, you will realize you had nothing to do with it. His gunas, three gunas of his Maya, kick the desire and kick the planning in the intellect. Sattva is required there for the intellect to decipher what to do next and all of that. So the three gunas are just working. And therefore he says, Prakritehi kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvashaha. It's the gunas that are doing everything. No, I told you this is, that's why Bhagavan leaves it here, mentions here, and he takes up this way back down in the 14th chapter. Because by that time, a lot of more studying of the Bhagavad Gita and the determination of the understanding of deeper things till the 14th chapter, you see. Usually, Bhagavad Gita, when we have the Vedanta course, that thing takes 6 months. No 108 days now? 6 months. And that comes last when all the other scriptures are studied. So a lot of studies. But anyway, this is very subtle matter happening here. I says the gunas are working with the gunas. And it is the gunas, the three gunas, which went into making the antakarana also. Mana chitta buddhi ahankar. And it's the gunas which cause the thoughts to come up. And all the planning and all the things to go on. So the gunas created, from the gunas, the antakarana was made, and from these gunas now all the activities of the antakarana, all of it going on. It's guna guneshu vartante. Now, if a deep study of this is done and understood, this feeling that I am a doer will vanish. Vanish away. We'll realize that, hey, Bap re bap. This thought came up from Rajas, pushed it up inside. Then that Rajas pushed the intellect. Then the intellect started ruminating by another guna. And it ruminated, and then Chitta started saying, that piece, she is there. I'm just using any, but this goes for every single thing that we do. So these two verses here, and a few of them well, in the 3rd chapter, is designed by Bhagwan to give up what is called as kartritva bhav. When that giving up of that kartritva bhav is finished, and I see Bhagwan is doing, and this whole idea of karma yoga is complete. You see where it ends. It ends where I give up totally that feeling that Bhagwan is doing everything. I am not the doer. This is the completion of karma yoga. Now, in these 6 chapters, 1 to 6, chapter 6 deals with nothing of karma yoga, though it falls in this portion. Chapter 6 is called as dhyana yoga. The reason is, for me to really give up kartritva bhav, which I am talking about now, for me to give up that, I really have to sit in meditation and go deep inside and see how guna is pushing up one thought here, guna is pushing up another thought there, and the gunas are playing their magic, and I have to learn to just become sakshi of those gunas, a witness of those gunas. And so, 6th chapter is called Dhyana Yoga, where I have to actually sit down and do meditation. 5th chapter is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. I have to give up the action now and at the end of the 5th chapter and sit and learn to meditate. And let me tell you some verses from the 6th chapter also. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
So when I sit there now, I just have to see, oh, this rajas has kicked up my mind, and my mind has gone all the way to Australia. Rajas has kicked my mind, and it went to Faizabad. But when you sit for meditation, that is what happened, na? Huh? But that happens all the time. Somebody was just telling me the fellow come out from the work. Huh? He come out on the road like this. His house did this side. His house is in this direction. He turned the other direction. He going down the road. Where is the mind? Mind? Gone. And when we sit for meditation, well, that time is the time only when it goes. That time he does every other thing but meditate. So now, Bhagavan says, yato yato nishcharati, from wherever it has gone, I have to see now, oh, Rajas just kicked my mind, and my mind went into activity, and it went here, went there. No, that's all near me. That means I pull it back. And I sit. So now to see that, we say, I can only see that the mind went away because of sattva. If sattva is not there, that thing is gone. You never figure out it's gone also. So sattva caused me to see, oh, it has gone. And by that sattva, I pull it back. Atmani eva vashamne, and I bring it inside a case, and I say, stay here. All that is sattva at work. So 6th chapter is like this sort of thing which is going on there. Shanai, and just slowly. Shanaihi uparamed buddhya dhriti gritihi taya. So many nice verses are there. Slowly, pull it. Atma samstam manakritva na kinchidapi chinte. Place it inside and say, now I will not become victim to rajas. Rajas is making it go there. I will not be. So, in the 6th chapter, if this is done properly, this whole thing will be seen very clearly. But it is the 3 gunas. Guna guneshu vartante prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. The guna is doing all the karma. I am just a silent witness. That will send away this whole feeling of kartritva bhav. I am the doer. What a profound science. I mean, which civilization on the world anywhere had dealt with any of these things? Nowhere. I'm telling nowhere. So, until 6th chapter, this is the topic. Now, 7th chapter, I told you. What is 7? From there, 7 to 12 is Bhakti Yoga. So tomorrow we change gear. This is a 3-speed gearbox. 3-speed gear. It's an old model Land Cruiser. Old model Land Cruiser days to come with 3-speed only. So Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and when Gyan Yoga is down the highway. All right, so from tomorrow we will see that next yoga. Let me just tell you some announcements, and then we will have Arati. Okay. Please have a look on this side here. There are some wonderful titles. This is the essential teaching of Upadesh Sar. And like this, there are so many other books. There's a great, great sage who dropped his body only in 1950, which is not very long ago. His name was Bhagwan Shri Ramana Maharshi. He lived in South India in a place called Tiruvannamalai. And he is revered and respected by all modern sages and saints and all, because he was a stalwart, established fully in Paramatma, just sitting there. People used to go. Our Puja Gurudev also went to get his darshan back in those days. So he has some really wonderful small texts like these. This is one of them. Another one is called as Sat Darshanam. This one is called as Upadesha Sar. And the most concise work on all the yogas. It starts with Karma Yoga and goes to Bhakti Yoga, then goes to Ashtanga Yoga, and then goes to Jnana Yoga. All 4 of them in this book. Please have a look. See on that side. And this is Gita for youths, young people. Bhagwat Gita. Gita for Yuva. So these are the best type of presents. Young people, buy one of this and give us a present. Rather than you go and you give them, come boy, we'll go eat pizza. Buy one of these things. So many titles are there. Please have a look on this side. All right. Upcoming programs at the ashram, various things happening. On Saturday coming, this Saturday, which is the 26th, we have at the ashram, I told you, a fundraiser. It is called as Rumali Roti and Rasa. Rumali Roti and Paneer Bhurji. I don't know how to translate Paneer Bhurji. Actually, let me tell you translation. Paneer Bhurji. Scrambled paneer. How about that? Scrambled paneer. That also doesn't sound so good. But you please come and try it out. And at the same time, we'll be having Bombay Dhamaka pizza. I told you, you have never had pizza with curry. You don't know what you have missed. You have to come and try that. Pizza with curry. And Indian people could put curry in anything. The only thing we have not yet curried is Dashin Bush Bhaji. But you just wait. You just wait. Right. So, Bombay Dhamaka pizza, it's a signature item of the ashram. Come and try it. And try out this Rumali Roti. I told you what is Rumali Roti? Rumali Roti is handkerchief roti. It's to eat and not to wipe your face. All right. You can call and pre-order, so we have an idea also of how many we have to make on the day. On the 8th of May, we have our Gurudev Jayanti Yajna. I am doing chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita. So now, today I only touch on chapter 5, like just briefly like that, right? I'll do the whole chapter 5. So that starts on the 8th of May at the ashram. On the 3rd of May, we have the grand conclusion of 108 nights Bhagavad Gita Yajna in Guyana. You're invited. Now Guyana there is an airport just very close to Georgetown. It is called as Ogle Airport. So now there are flights from here to Ogle Airport. The same plane that goes to Tobago, when it comes back from Tobago, it goes to Guyana. I know because just now when we came from Guyana, it landed and it went to Tobago, same plane. It's the same size of plane. So it's a 1.5 hour flight when that small plane. The big plane takes an hour flight. You can come, those of you who can spare the time. 3rd of May, 5 p.m. Dr. Hayward was telling me he'll go, that's a Saturday. He'll fly in Friday, have the yajna on Saturday, and fly back Sunday. It's very easy now. All right. Then, on the 30th of May, every year, we have a Chai Sanmelan. Chai Sanmelan means we make like big pots of chai like this. And please stop saying chai tea. Up till last week, again I hear chai tea. Oh, that thing does make my blood crawl. There is no such thing as chai tea. It is either chai or tea. What do you want? I want roti, roti. What is roti, roti? You can't say roti 2 times. You have to say it once. So when you say chai tea, you are saying tea 2 times. Because chai is the Hindi word for tea. Yeah, so when you say you want tea, tea. AA. So, you have to say chai or you have to say tea. So, we have the chai Sanmelan on the 30th. And on that day also, you'll get so many things to eat. You can call and order and all that kind of thing. Chai Sanmelan tickets are on sale somewhere here. You can also contact all the bookstall. You can contact. Right. And from the 22nd to the 24th of May, I'm returning on 21st, just for that yagna in Roshad Road in Pina. The Ram Singh Chase, Roshad Road, Pina. Hosted by Mr. and Mrs. Vashti and Vishnu Ram Lakhan and family, 7 to 9 p.m. 22nd to 24th of May, way down in the Southland. Vishnu ji is my classmate. A very interesting thing. We used to sit together in the same desk like this in primary school. I tell you a nice story. Then we departed. I went away like this and he also, and we never saw each other. Then, when I came back from India, I was doing satsang at the one place on that side. Then, when the satsang was over, the drummer came and he sat next to me, and then we were eating together. So then I started asking, where are you living? And he started asking me, who are you? And this and that. And then we realized we were the same people. He was playing drum. And because we had grown, and so nobody could recognize each other and all. So that Vishnu is now hosting this yajna. Now, last one. Bhakti TV, which is launched in 2019. Bhakti TV, which is owned and operated by Pandit Satyanandaji Maharaj, who is sitting here, is doing yeoman service, selfless service. And see, we have, in this 25, 28 years we have been here, we have interacted with so many various media houses and all of that sort of thing. And finally, we have come across somebody who is doing selfless service for the community, only cares about the community. And Sanatana Dharma, of course. So, Bhakti TV is covering this program and is also covering the whole 108 nights in Guyana. I want you all to give a round of applause to this Pandit for this type of yeoman service. Man, incredible thing. Absolutely incredible. So please you tune into Bhakti TV and see all the great things that are going on. And whatever support and whatever programs you have at your place and all that kind of thing, Bhakti TV is the one should be covering. Because finally somebody who cares about Sanatana Dharma, you see. Right. Okay. Let me also recognize Pandit Bisramji, Pandita Sharon, Pandit Gajendra ji is here also tonight. Pandit Gajendra is here? Not here today. All right. But the notice is here. Maybe from yesterday. All right. Our Tabalchi and Pandit also Amrish. Last night I forgot. Superb tabla playing. All right. Shri Bharati ji and Dharampatni. And Pandit ji is Dharampatni also. Pandit Ram Sevak is sitting in the front row here today also. Many people don't know Pandit Ram Sevak, but you should. All right. If I have left out anybody inadvertently, please do pardon me. क्षमा कीजिए. आरती के लिए सब खड़े हो जाइए. कल देखेंगे इसके आगे भगवत गीता में. ओम जय भगवत गीते. मैया जय भगवत गीते. हरि ही कमल विहारी. हरि ही कमल विहारी. सुंदर सुपुनीते. ओम जय भगवत गीते.
मैया जय भगवत गीते. हरि ही कमल विहारी. हरि ही कमल विहारी. सुंदर सुपुनीते. ओम जय भगवत गीते.
कर्म सुमा भवभयहारिणि तारिणि
भवभयहारिणि तारिणि
परमानन्दप्रदा
ॐ जय भगवद्गीते
आसुरभावविनाशिनि नाशिनि तमरजनी मया
नाशिनि तमरजनी
दैवी सद्गुणदायिनि
देवी सद्गुणदायिनि
हरिरसिका सजनी
ॐ जय भगवद्गीते
समता त्याग सिखावनी हरिमुख की वाणी
मया
मैया
हरिमुख की वाणी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी
श्रुतियों की रानी
ॐ जय भगवद्गीते
दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय
मया मातु कृपा की जय
हरिपद प्रेम दान कर
हरि पर प्रेम दान कर
अपनो कर ली जय
ॐ जय भगवद्गीते नया जय भगवद्गीते हरिया कमल विहारी हरिया कमल विहारी सुंदर सुपनीते ॐ जय भगवद्गीते
ओम जय भगवद्गीते
ॐ जय भगवद्गीते
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
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 हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल हरि मंगलम भगवान मंगल